In today's WorldTowning 101, we want to give you guys a chance to ask us questions. So you've been asking and we've been holding off, but today we're going to answer them.
We've been holding out on you. We have some good stuff to share.
But we want to share, so this is going to be our day to talk about who we are.
Q&A time. Let's go.
Let's go. So today's WorldTowning 101 is going to be just Q&A time. So you've been asking us a lot of questions and we want to give a
We've
chance.
been holding out a bit because we were saving them for this special video for all of you.
But we want to answer your questions because there's a lot you don't know about us and we want to give you a chance to get to know us just a little bit more.
Right, like my favorite cheese is goat cheese. Is that the type of Q&A you're talking about?
Well, mine's truffle, but sure. So the first question is, why do we travel? And this one's a pretty simple one for us.
The kids!
It pretty much comes down to the fact that we have about 9 years with Largo, maybe 8 years with Largo, 6 years with Avalon, and then at that point,
flight.
We're done. We're done being, we're never done being parents, but we're done sort of being active parents.
And we want to make the most of this time, and we want to show them the world and show them how great it is and give them a global education and epic childhood. And that's pretty much it. I mean, we love traveling, don't get us wrong.
Right, we'll do this all day long, and we'll probably do this after they're gone.
Yeah.
But the reason why we're doing it now, and the reason why we're jumping now, is because of them.
Because of them, absolutely.
Okay, the second question is, why WorldTowning then? And this one goes back to our first question, is why we're traveling. I think is the reason why a lot of people are traveling, and a lot of people come to us with a lot of questions on how to do this life, and we are finally answering them.
We're answering them, and we've been answering them for years, but now we've turned those answers into a business, because frankly, Will and I, when we started on this journey, we spent a year planning, and it was hard. You've heard it. If you've watched our videos, you know we don't deny how hard it was. So we've created a business model where we can help people plan out all those logistics when they're exiting one life and transitioning into their travel life. And that's in a nutshell. I mean, you can watch the other videos about, you know, deeper into the business, but that is why we created it, was to help everyone else get out here and travel that wants to travel.
We like this community and we don't want it to stop growing, so we're going to help everyone that we can to keep growing.
It's purely selfish reasons.
So next question is, how do we make money?
We don't.
And aside from us having a big bank account.
And all of you who fund our travels, right?
Doesn't everyone have that?
That's a myth, guys. Everyone we meet out here is working their tail off. Maybe just we met one or two or heard of the trust fund kids, but in general, everyone's working, and so are we.
So we are digital nomads, and we have been...
up until a year ago, I was a graphic designer working remotely for over a decade, and Will...
I'm an accountant, and I've been doing that for the last almost 3 years remotely. I did that back in our traditional life for about 16, 15 years, but we've now transitioned to WorldTowning. So that is our full-time gig.
So now we are co-founders of WorldTowning.
And that is how we make money. Next question is, how long have we been together?
I don't even know how to answer this.
Stop.
Too long? Is that the right answer?
Okay, so the official answer, what's on the record book, we've been married for about 16 years. And we have been...
17 in July.
17 in July. And we have been a couple for about...
almost 20 years.
All right. Next question is, how do we handle our medical insurance, our medical logistics?
Right.
And
so
that is a big one.
That is a big one, and that question is asked a lot. We get that one a lot. That one and money and how we educate our kids are really just the top questions that we get. So we do have medical insurance. We have medical insurance through IMG. There are a lot of travelers who don't have it, and it's quite affordable to not have it, but for us and our level of, I don't know, comfort, we feel the need that we need to have it. So we have insurance that covers anything serious, evacuation, any surgeries, bones breaking, stuff like that, anything that's chronic, but it does not cover office visits or any dental.
And we're pretty much in luck because we're generally in good health.
Overall, we're happy with the insurance. We haven't had any major problems, and when we've needed to get medical care in other countries, we have had top-notch medical care. I mean, comparable to the US, if not better for us.
Okay, next question is, what is your favorite travel app? And that for me is an easy one. I know hers, so I'm gonna go first. Yeah. and mine is TripAdvisor. I like TripAdvisor a lot. It gives you everything that you pretty much need to see what you want to see, where to eat, where to go, where to stay, and reviews. And for us, since we're stationary in one place, but we spread ourselves around, we need something that's going to give us something that we can branch out and see and explore those things that we had not thought of in the first place.
And mine is Google Translate. Now, my favorite app changes depending on where we are and how we're traveling, but for now in France, it's Google Translate because I don't speak French and neither does Will, and even though the kids speak French, they're not always with us. And right now it's been particularly handy because it has the feature, and I don't even know what it's called, but you can hold your phone up to a text and it translates it so you don't have to type it in. And it's been really great since we've been filling out a lot of forms because we're trying to get a local driver's license. So these forms are really long, and to type all that in would be a nightmare.
Or we have to pull the kids out of school.
Which we did do once.
Which we did do once. The next question is, how do we educate our kids? And this is a very
popular question.
It's a popular question. It's almost a loaded question.
I would say it's in the top 3 of questions that we get asked. And so there is a long story here, and we will do videos on this because I am very, very passionate about this. But the short answer is we are eclectic world schoolers.
Which means we fall into a lot of buckets.
We do. And for us, eclectic world, first of all, world schooling is taking a global approach to education. So that's kind of our route. And we mix that up with online schools that meet some standards from the U.S. academics that we want to have our benchmarks we want to have our kids make. It means local schools, like for example, right now they're attending a local French school. It means international schools, it means language schools, it means learning out within the community, learning about people's trade and the cheese guy and the farmer, and but basically overall taking a global approach to education.
Okay, and the next question is, do you ever plan on going back to the U.S.? And that answer is...
We get that one a lot too.
Never. We're never going back to the U.S. No,
we're
just
never
kidding.
Visiting. We're never stepping foot. No. We go back quite a bit. Well, I wouldn't say quite a bit, but we went back for 6 weeks last summer. We've made 1 and 2 week trips. Avalon just went back for 10 days. So we go back to visit, and we will continue to go back to visit. But I think the question is probably asking if we're planning on going back permanently. And you know,
the answer is really at this point, the answer is we don't know, but we're not looking to go back anytime soon.
Yeah.
We already said before, we're doing this for the kids, right? So we want to give them this life that they can see perspectives and see different attitudes and see different beliefs and sort of ways of living.
And we feel that for us and our family, travel is the best way to get it. And we're all growing and thriving. So for me personally, I don't want to go back. I think that we're really in a good place. Maybe one day we will go back, but it's definitely not on the radar. Obviously, if someone decides they don't like the lifestyle or they become disenchanted with it, then we will reevaluate as a family and come up with some sort of a compromise. However, I do see us kind of stepping, or I should say, sailing in every now and then, because we do have long-term plans to end up on a sailboat one day.
Right.
So,
I mean, the U.S. it has a lot to see, but we've seen most of it already.
Yeah.
So we're ready to see something else.
Yeah.
So the next question is, are there any fears that you have in this travel life?
You know, I'm not a very fearful person. I feel like the universe will conspire to help you and things will work out, and I have skills and I will do what it takes to feed my family and survive and yada, yada, yada. However, I do have kind of this one fear that's just always there in the back of my head, and that is the fear of regret. So I want to live an authentic life that's true to myself as well as my family, and not look back and wish I would have done things differently. And the fear of regret, it drives everything I do in life, everything I do.
Yeah, for me, I mean, we do have our fears of being without money.
Right, yes.
And you know, that always comes into play, but I guess we've realized that those things, if you work hard enough, play themselves out and always work themselves out because we're resilient. But
yeah, I mean, I think of all the fears that were projected upon us before we took off. And now, you know, the kids are going to be, you know, we're ruining their life, we're ruining our careers, we're going to die of some crazy disease that we caught in some wild country. Like, these are all fears that were projected on us from other people, and we didn't let them sway us, but they were so unwarranted. Now that we're out here looking at it, I mean, often fear it's just fear. It's really nothing to be worried about, you know? Things work themselves out.
But my biggest fear is probably not spending enough time with the kids before they take off, and that that's going to be, you know, if we can walk away and the kids say that, you know, we did it right as parents, which we're not expecting 100% grade on that.
We're screwing up just like anyone else.
But you know, that for me is the biggest fear. It's just not doing right by them.
Next question is, if we had it to do over again, what would we do differently? Oh, that one's easy for me. Do you want to go?
Yeah, no, I think your answer is the same as mine. We would go earlier, and that is, that is what we would recommend to anyone who has
Yes.
kids,
I mean,
or
it took us-
anyone who wants to travel in general. Leave while you're younger, leave while your kids are younger.
While you have the energy, while you have the fire in your belly, before you start worrying about what's going to happen in retirement and this and that, before your kids get so solid in a community that it's really difficult to take them away and go travel. I think we left at the perfect time. It took us a decade. I just wish it was a perfect timing for our life and our situation, and things happen for a reason. However, I wish we could have left earlier. Now that we're in it, we're counting down. We're like, oh my gosh, only 5 more years with our oldest, and then she's gone, and we want to see this and do that. And
I mean, things happen for a reason, and everyone takes their own path and sort of leads to something else. And if you to change something, I don't know, maybe I'm glad with what we've done.
yeah,
But,
I know it's hard to.
but in general, I think we would have left earlier.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's it. Those are the questions that we've received from you guys, and we really do appreciate all the comments and questions that we've gotten.
Yes, thank you.
What we're gonna do now is a quick lightning round. So this is where she's got questions for me, and I've got questions for her, and we're gonna see how it goes. She has not seen my questions.
I'm not very good with lightning round
And-
stuff, guys. You
and
can
I
see
have
how
not
I'm
seen her
kind of
questions.
rambly. So we'll see. You ready?
We're pretty excited about this one.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. If you were not traveling, what would you be doing?
Skiing.
What fictional character best represents you?
Clark Kent.
What?
Clark Kent.
I love that.
He's he's like mild-mannered guy, and then like he's Superman.
Well, you kind of look like him too.
I'm not Superman, but I have my accountant
Yes, you
side,
are.
and it's like I can be in the numbers and.
Okay. What is your
Anyway,
favorite drink?
Mojito,
Non-alcoholic.
water.
What is your favorite gadget?
My favorite gadget is, oh gosh,
This is lightning. Come on, lightning.
running gear. My running watch. I love
Favorite
my running watch.
airline?
Cathay Pacific, easy.
Where do you want to go next?
Estonia. I'd love to go to Estonia.
Estonia.
Yeah, I'd love to go there.
Favorite piece of camera gear?
The one I use the most, probably my G7X Mark II by Canon. It's awesome. It goes with me everywhere.
And
I don't shoot with it enough though.
are you wearing underwear?
Stop.
Answer the question.
Yes, I'm wearing underwear.
All right, my turn. You ready?
Yep. What's your favorite social media outlet?
Instagram.
Okay. How many days can you go without washing clothes?
10 days without washing clothes, but the last 5 days I can't wear underwear.
She doesn't have a lot of underwear.
I have to turn them inside out.
What's your best travel hack?
Oh, that's easy. McDonald's. McDonald's has consistent Wi-Fi across the globe.
And their ice cream's really good too.
And their ice creams, yeah, with some fries.
What is your favorite type of accommodation?
Hostels. Hostels. Absolutely hostels. I love hostels. Now, if I'm feeling ill or I've had some rough travel, maybe a nice cushy down bed with a fluffy down comforter at the Marriott.
Maybe. But we actually run into a lot of really cool travelers at the hostels.
We do. That's why it's my favorite. Not necessarily the most comfortable, but the most interesting.
All right, lightning round, lightning round.
Oh, sorry, go.
Okay. What is your, would you do couch surfing with the kids?
Absolutely. We haven't yet, but it's just because it hasn't come up. Now that we're in Europe, we're definitely going to do it.
We have to find the right host to do that. We've been talking
Yeah,
about that.
we're a
for
lot to take.
Let's see here. What's the most interesting place you've gone to the bathroom?
In a toilet.
Come on.
Okay, when we were hiking the Inca Trail to Machu Picchu, we were on an uphill and there was no place to go to the bathroom, and I had to go number 2. So I had to go pretty much in front of people. Avalon stood in front of me with her windbreaker and kind of held it up, but I had to go. I had no choice and I couldn't hold it.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was
No
great.
shame when
It
you've
was
been on the
bad.
trail for several days and you have to go.
Yeah, it was a long day. If you had to disconnect for a week from all tech, where would you go?
Virgin Gorda.
It's our honeymoon.
It's where we went on our honeymoon.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it is now, but at the time it was very untouched and wonderful.
That's so
and
nice.
No electronic. I didn't say I was going with you.
Oh well, whatever. even just the thought that you'd go there, it was nice.
Yeah, hopefully one day we'll go back there. It was kind of pricey at the time, so.
Yeah. Okay. Peanut butter and jelly or grilled cheese?
Oof. I'm lightning. Grilled cheese with peanut butter? No, grilled cheese.
And where do you want to go to next? Come on. Lightning.
I'm on the
Lightning.
spot. To get some more cheese.
What?
Oh, you mean a country? Let's see. I don't know. Africa.
Okay. All right.
Any place in Africa.
It's a big.
Okay, Morocco.
Okay, there you go.
Should we do that question again?
No, no. I think that's plenty of lightning round. All right, guys. So that is it. That is our Q&A for today.
Thank you for joining us.
We hope you like this a lot.
We're going to do more of these, and we're going to do more specific, like Q&As that relate specifically to WorldTowning, Q&As that relate specifically to education. So if you have any questions that you want answered, put them down in the comments, and we'll compile them on. We'll compile them on a nice Excel spreadsheet and keep track of them.
But these are a lot of fun to do, and it's fun answering questions because then you get to know more of us, and we get to know what you're interested in and what we wanna show next. So
or we might scare you away. I hope not.
Anyway, so we'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us on WorldTowning 101. Have a great day.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
The next question we have is, how do we raise our kids? How do we raise our kids? How do we educate our kids?
Go ahead.
Okay. How do we raise our kids? Next question is, how do we make...
Hold on, it's back. It's back. It's a bug. Okay.
Let the bug live.
Okay.
All right. All right, so questions for you, Jess. You ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right.
Oh, wait, there's a bug. Hold on. Okay, start again.
Okay, so questions for you, Jess.
Hold on, start again. I think I got him.